Hi guys, it is Brianne. All right, Stephanie asked me to pop on here and just do a short little training for you guys on a system that I found very beneficial for my business, and it is called TravelJoy. So I'm going to walk you through some of the basics as far as some of the fun features that it has and how it might make your life easier. All right, I'm going to go ahead and spin everything around so you can go ahead and check out TravelJoy. Alrighty. All right, guys, just bear with me here for one brief minute while I get everything zoomed in. Perfect. All right. So people ask me a lot of times why I would like to use a system like TravelJoy. So I found many different reasons that have worked well for me within my own business as far as simplifying overall processes. So for me, I found that it's easier to help manage all of my actual customers, not only their basic information, but also with invoices. So no longer do you have to do credit card authorization forms with the system. And if that was the only additional feature that it gave to me, I would use this program simply for that feature alone. So the other really nice thing about TravelJoy is that it really truly helps manage if you have any groups or large groups, if you're planning any destination weddings, anything like that. It really helps simplify and streamline all of your communication to those clients as well. So when you first log into TravelJoy, there are different dashboards all the way across here. And as you go through each individual process with your clients, it moves itself. So it will go from, like, if you send off a proposal, it will go from proposal sent to the proposal approved to whether or not the trip is like currently in the booking status, if the clients have departed, if the clients have returned. And then over on this side here, it has more tabs that you can utilize as well. So if you have any outstanding tasks or anything like that, I've got some invoices for people that I've sent out that I'm just waiting to get payment back from. You also have the calendar. Cool thing about the calendar is that not only does it have reminders for you for various invoices, but it also shows you who's traveling. These particular days I've got several clients traveling, so that's why it shows like that there's one plus more traveler, but it really helps like show me who's traveling and when, which I really enjoy. But some of the first things that we can do in the system here is you can go to contacts. There's multiple different ways that you can actually upload contacts. If you have all of your current clients in like an Excel spreadsheet or some other type of a document, you can actually reach out to the support team, email them the information, and they will actually upload all of your clients for you. It won't be right away, but it will take a couple of days, but they will get all of that uploaded for you, so you don't actually have to do that yourself. If you want to manually add in clients, you can do that just simply by clicking add client. Again, this would be like a client import, but if you're going to do new client, you would just select that, and then you would put in all of their basic information. So you'll also see additional information off on the side here that you can add in, like your client's passport information, which is fantastic for multiple reasons. One, obviously if they are repeat customers, then you don't have to keep asking them for their passport info. But the other thing is you can help your clients manage when their passport may be expiring and everything like that, just by keeping some of this information in here. Also, you can include relationships. So if it's just a husband and wife traveling, or husband and children, or if it's an entire family, you can do that as well. So you just have to go ahead and select the different type of relationship that is listed. All right, so that is a little bit about that. I am going to show you guys how to send out a proposal. So what we are going to do is we are going to create, we're going to start with client first. So we are going to say Pete Mitchell. And if any of you get the reference there, you guys can go ahead and drop me a comment. I would appreciate it. Email. I'm actually going to put in my personal email on this, and the reason why, it just simply to show you guys what the actual proposals look like, what the invoices look like, everything like that. So I'm going to put in that info. I'm going to leave the rest of this blank. You guys all know how to enter in addresses, phone numbers, everything like that. But I'm going to go ahead and just click save. All right. And we are now going to create, let me go back to my contact. So we should have Pete Mitchell in here, and these are always alphabetized, and they are perfect. Okay, so I just want to make sure he is in here, and we've got all of his information in here. Excellent. Okay, so all of that's saved. So what we are going to do, if you go back to the dashboard, now what we are going to do is we are going to actually I'm going to show you, actually we're not going to do a proposal first, we're going to do a trip first. So let's say Pete is going to go to Hawaii. So actually no, let's change it up. We're gonna send Pete off to Tahiti. So these are some of the stock photos that you can get and you can utilize for your client's cover photo. So the really cool thing is every time that you send out any type of communication to Pete, he is going to see that beautiful photo come up. And then can go ahead and click primary traveler's name of the trip. We're gonna say Pete and Charlotte anniversary trip. All right. The other thing that you can do with this as well is you can add in additional information. So, because they are going to be going to Tahiti, I'm going to put that in here. Let's say they're going to go in October. And we'll say that they're going to go for, we'll just say a week. You can put in number of travelers. You can change that. You can add in their budget if you have that. Hopefully you've gathered that already with the customer profile form. Which is also another form that you can actually send your clients from here as well. There's, they've got multiple forms that you can actually go with. Okay, so now that we've got the start of his trip done, what we can do from here is hit create, and then we're going to do the proposal. Let's say we'd already looked up the trip and we wanted to send over, I know this is a different one, but this is my Bali fam trip. So I'll just upload that in there. But if we've already gotten the quote, or a couple of different quotes or whatnot, you can upload a quote for the proposal for them. You can always add in more proposal details if you want. So let's say they gave you like a $15,000 budget, and this trip is going to come out to like $14,700. You can put that in there. You can put what their deposit amount would be. What the due date would be. So in this case, we're actually going to do it, and I'll kind of explain why. We'll say the deposit amount is going to be $2,000, and we'll just say it's due on January 5th. Okay. If you had any additional notes, you could put that in there. But from here, what you're going to do is hit save and review email. this is the general template that's going to automatically pop up. So it's going to say that we've put together your proposal. And then he's got a spot where he can do any of the following there. And then I already have a signature that's set up. So that goes out on all of my email communications to my clients. So I'm going to go ahead and hit send on this. And then what I'll do is I'll pop into my actual email and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. But the other thing is, anytime that you send out an email or any type of proposal, invoice, anything like that to your client, it's going to show in the history with them, just like it would in any other type of email system or anything like that. So, the other thing too, you can upload your own logo. So not only does it have Pete and Charlotte's anniversary trip over there, it's got the dates of their travel, where they're going to, but then it also has your own logo in there as well. So for me, it's Be More Adventurous. So that's right there. Now for the client, let's go ahead and we'll see if we've got that proposal here. All right, so I've got a proposal, and that's how it comes through. It comes through with your name, and then we're going to click on View Proposal. And again, everything that we had previously talked about as far as having that logo, that beautiful Tahitian photo, and then the details are all right there. And then that itinerary, and I know I put in the Bali fam trip information in there, but they would get to see the entire itinerary and everything like that. So, let's say we want to approve the proposal. We don't have any other questions, so that comes through there. And then you will also get a personalized email. And I know this is going to be confusing because I'm viewing it also as Pete Mitchell and then also as the travel agent. But you should also get a notification alerting you that your proposal has been approved. So you'll get a communication stating that Pete has gone ahead and he has approved the proposal. So we're going back to here. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go back to proposal approved, and we can go ahead and click on their trip. And now that we've got the proposal approved, what we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead and click on, so we are going to send them over an invoice. So there's two different invoicing systems that I want to let you guys know about. So one of them is a direct invoice and the other one is a supplier invoice. So the difference between the two is that a direct invoice is when you're actually sending a direct invoice essentially to your client that they will be paying you. So if you are somebody that happens to charge a research fee, if you charge a fee for group planning, that sort of thing, that's when you would use that. And then you would, if you're basically like the middleman where you're collecting the payment information to then go to one of your suppliers. So if it was Apple Leisure Group or Fund Applications or whomever it would be invoicing the supplier. So that is what we're going to do. So now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to add item, and you've got any one of these various invoices that you can actually choose from. So the one I use the bulk of the time is actually the hotel one. So what I'm going to do, again, you just put in the name. So we're just going to say Pete's Trip. And then you can put in all the hotel information. So let's just say that they're staying at the Manava Suites in Tahiti. This is going to include airfare. I always put in here that they are like if they're doing insurance or whatnot, I always put that information in there as well. And then any other additional information, like if they have a rental car or anything like that, I put all of that in with the description. Typically, I'll also put in 2-bedroom suite. I'll put in the room category as well. If you have a confirmation number, you can put that in. If you don't at the time, you can just leave it blank. Unit cost, so we said $14,700. This is going to be the Minerva Suites. Check-in, we said 10/12. And then checkout 10/19. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to hit save. And then from here, what we're going to do, if you scroll down, you're going to see that the invoice has already come across there. Now, invoice name, so this is going to be Tahitian Paradise. We'll just call it that. Clients. And then, okay, so now you've got a couple of different options for payment schedule. So let's say that Pete Mitchell wants to go ahead and do multiple payments, and we'll say the final payment is due in August. So they've got 8 months. So what we're going to do is we are going to do monthly deposits and monthly due date. So you can pick whatever day of the month that you want them to be due. We'll just say the 15th. It's going to end on August 15th. And didn't need to do that. Starting monthly 15th. All right, perfect. Okay, and then we want the payments to be equal. You could do custom, so let's say they wanted them to be higher initially or something like that, you could do that. But if you want them to be equal monthly payments, if they just want to divide them out, you can do that. So then what we're going to do is hit create schedule. And so you're going to see on here that they have monthly payments, and their monthly payment amount is going to be $1,837.50. And that's going to get their entire trip paid off. So from here, we're just going to hit next, save a review email. You're going to see the exact same type of verbiage that we had seen before. And then from here, as long as you don't want to make any changes to it, go ahead and hit send. All right, perfect. So now you're going to see that we sent out a proposal. We see that we've gotten a response back saying it's been approved. And then we've got a notice saying that we sent, or the next email showing that we sent out that email. Okay, so now we're going back to the email again, just to show you what the client is actually going to see on their end for the invoicing. All right, so this is going to be Pete's invoice. And again, we're going to open that up. All right, perfect. So once again, you're going to see the same banner that we've previously set up. And then you're going to see the invoice, and that the amount due right now is at $1,837. And then what we would do is add in however much that we want to pay. If we wanted to do that $1,837, sometimes clients want to do an additional amount. They would just hit other amount. And then because Pete has not used my services before, we're going to add in a new credit card. So you would just enter in all of the credit card information. And then you would click to sign and then click authorize the payment to submit. So I'm not going to go through on this portion just because otherwise I'd have to actually enter in payment info. So we're not going to do that. But what I will do is I'm going to go back to my dashboard and kind of show you what one of those would actually look like. So these are all payment reminders that are in here. And we are, I thought I may have had one still in there that I hadn't processed yet, but it does not look like that is the case. So we're going to go back to my regular dashboard. And I'm just going to click on this. So you'll see in here, so once somebody has authorized a payment, you're actually going to get an email notification saying that so-and-so has authorized a payment. And then what you would do is you would be able to click on the payment information and you would get their credit card info, which you could then in turn take to your supplier and make that payment. After you make the payment, you will also go ahead and send your client a receipt, which is also a really easy process. The other thing I want to see, I just want to see if it's going to show that, it should show that the invoice has been viewed. It may not because I'm using the same email address, so that may not be the case. But you guys get the idea with that. So, and then what we would do is we would go ahead and we would process that payment over, and go from there. So that is just a little bit about how you would go ahead and send an actual proposal, sending the actual invoicing, making the payments. The other thing that you guys can do as well is you can create a group, and the nice thing about groups is that you can send one email to everybody in the group, and then everybody's going to get that same communication. So really nice thing is when I had initially booked a trip for these clients, all 15 people that they'd originally given me, I was able to send them all the same information all at one time. So that way I wasn't having to send out multiple like trip quotes and proposals and things like that as well. So that was really nice, and it definitely made my life a lot easier and handy with that. But that is the bulk of what you can do within TravelJoy. I know this was a brief overview and I just covered some of the basics, but it definitely has made my life easier and simplified it. Couple of things for you guys. So if you ever do decide to get TravelJoy, you're never alone. Just know that. So there's a couple of different things that you can do here. So there is a weekly webinar that they do on Wednesdays that typically goes about an hour. You can sign up for that. And they've got really great information. Their main IT guy is the one that actually leads those. And then you've got the next office hours webinar. So this is actually a live 30-minute Q&A session. So you can like bring your questions that you've had, and they'll ask them right during that time frame. And then you've got the View Help Center and Forum. And then you've also got previous webinars as well that are listed right on in here, that you can always go back and view as well. The other thing that I did not touch base on, but when you are creating different trips and proposals, things like that, anywhere that you see that there's a question mark, there's going to be additional information in there as well. So if you have more than one traveler in here, anybody that would be on that trip, for example, all the travelers would be listed. From here, you can also go to support, and it will bring up top questions based off of the page that you're actually located on, which is very insightful, and they've got some great technology for sure. It is one person that does typically answer like their help desk, so they do not have a specific number to call, but Monday through Friday business hours, he will get back to you within 2 hours. That's his goal and his commitment, and he's pretty much adhered to that throughout the entire time that I've had TravelJoy. Otherwise, if it's during a weekend, he will connect with you right away on the next business day. All right, and then you guys are probably wondering how much this would cost. So there's two different ways that you can actually pay for TravelJoy. So you can either do it monthly. If you do it monthly, that is the more expensive option of the two, and that one's $30 a month. or you can break it out by yearly, and you can pay like prepay for the entire year, and it's $300 to do that. But then it breaks it out to $25 a month, so it's essentially like you're getting 2 full months free. The one thing I will say is once we get this training posted and everything like that, I do have a discount code for you guys that I can drop into like right underneath the training. But if you utilize my discount code that I have, you guys will get 50% off your first 3 months. So your first 3 months would only be $15 a month. And I will say that after having the system for 90 days, you will know for sure if it's something that you feel value or that it would be valuable for your business, or if it's not the best fit for you, you'll definitely know that as well. So, but if you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Again, my name is Brianne, and I am always happy to help you guys. All right, guys, hope you have a fantastic week, and we will talk soon. Thanks.